Right. In today's class, I am going to derive the formulas with the help of a small example I am going to take. Let us assume that the selling price of 1 unit, this all data I am assuming for only 1 unit. Selling price of 1 unit. Let us assume that it is 100 rupees. From this, what should be deducted? What is the cost you incurred for producing a particular unit? Let us assume that the manufacturing cost or variable cost. Variable cost means that raw material cost, labor cost, all those comes under variable cost. That is, let us assume that it is 60 rupees. So what is the amount of getting is not a profit. This we cannot call it as a profit. The reason behind is we have deducted only a part of the total cost from the selling price. Right? So whatever the amount you are getting is not a profit. Then what should this be called as? Contribution. This should not be called as a profit because we have not deducted fixed cost. We deducted only variable cost. Whatever the amount you are getting is contribution. From this, what should be deducted? Fixed cost minus fixed cost. How to arrive the fixed cost? I am taking one example regarding the fixed cost. I am assuming that fixed cost is equal to 1 lakh rupees. Fixed cost is equal to 1 lakh. I am assuming number of units produced. Number of units produced is equal to 10,000 rupees. 10,000. So what is the fixed cost per unit? Is equal to 1 lakh divided by 10,000 units. This 1 lakh is rupees, this is units. How much it works out to per unit? Fixed cost per unit is how much? 10 rupees per unit. So these 10 rupees should be deducted from the contribution. We are getting profit. This 30 rupees is what? Profit. With the help of a simple example, I am going to write all the formulas which are involved in this chapter. Right? So what I have taken first, I have taken example for 1 unit. 1 unit I have taken selling price as 100 minus what is our cost I deducted from that? Variable cost. I deducted 60 rupees variable cost from this. This is raw material cost, labor cost, all this. So what is the contribution? What is the amount you are getting after deducting variable cost is nothing but what? The term that should be used is contribution. Right? From that I should deduct the fixed cost. In this my example, I assumed fixed cost as 1 lakh. Number of units produced as 10,000 units. 10,000 units I produced. Fixed cost per unit will be 1 lakh divided by 10,000 units. So fixed cost per unit will be how much? 10 rupees per unit. That fixed cost for 1 unit I have deducted from this contribution. I am getting profit. Right. Now I will write all the formulas based on the simple example. All the formulas are covered with this example only. Now first formula which I am going to write is sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. The selling price means sales. Variable cost means V. Contribution means C. Fixed cost means F. Sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. You can check it out. 100 minus 60 is equal to 40. This is sales, this is variable cost, this is contribution. So one formula I derived from this example. Sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. What is there in this contribution? 40 rupees. Fixed cost is there and profit is there. So can I write this 40 is equal to 10 plus 30? 40 is nothing but contribution. Fixed cost is 10 rupees. Profit is profit or loss you can write. Sometimes you can get loss also. So what is the marginal cost equation? S minus V is equal to, in the place of C, can I write F plus or minus P? I am substituting C value in the equation. That is F plus or minus P. This is called marginal cost equation. called marginal cost equation. With the simple example, I have written the marginal equation formula. Sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. In this contribution, what are they? Fixed cost and profit. Right. Now, generally in the initial stages, every firm's main objective will be not profit motive. It will be just to break even the fixed cost. What do you mean by break even point? Break even point means what? The firm will neither gain nor lose. The firm will neither get profit nor loss. It is called break even point. Break even point means no profit, no loss. Simple words, what you can say? No profit, no loss. No profit, no loss. That is break even point. But how to arrive the formula for break even point? Now, with the example only, I will write the formula for break even point if you observe. Generally, what is the contribution formula? Fixed cost plus or minus profit. From contribution, if you deduct the fixed cost, you will get profit. That is C minus F is equal to P. If you observe it, 40 minus 10 is equal to 30. From contribution, if you deduct fixed cost, you will get profit. Now in the break-even point, we should not neither get profit nor loss. Means what? This portion should become equal to 0 or not. That means C minus F should be equal to 0, neither profit nor loss. So in the place of profit, I am putting 0 for break-even point. Neither firm should not get profit nor loss. Right? So what you can write in mathematics? C minus F is equal to 0 means what? C is equal to F. Means whatever the contribution the firm has to get, it should be exactly equal to fixed cost. What is the fixed cost in the example I have taken? Fixed cost is 1 lakh. So what is the contribution I am supposed to get? Only 1 lakh I should get. Because it is a break-even point. In the break-even point circumstance, the firm will neither get profit nor loss. So whatever the contribution the firm is getting, it should be exactly equal to your fixed cost. What the fixed cost in our example is 1 lakh. How you got this? I have just taken C minus F is equal to P. This P portion I made it 0 because no profit portion should be 0. So C minus F is equal to 0 means C is equal to F. If you take minus F, that side will become plus. C is equal to F. So the firm should get contribution exactly equal to 1 lakh. Now for this, how to arrive the break-even point formula? If you sell 1 unit, how much contribution the firm is getting? For 1 unit, what is the contribution the firm is getting? 40 rupees. That means for getting 40 rupees contribution, the firm has to sell how many units? 1 unit. But what is the contribution you are supposed to get? 1 lakh. For getting 1 lakh contribution, how many units to be sold? This is break-even point. How many units to be sold? The firm has to sell how many units so that the firm will get contribution which is exactly equal to 1 lakh. If you sell 1 unit, 40 rupees is the contribution. But for getting 1 lakh contribution, how many units a firm has to sell? So cross multiplication. That means 1 lakh into 1 by 40. Now apply the formula. What is 1 lakh in our example? Fixed cost. 1 lakh is fixed cost divided by what is 40? Contribution per unit. Contribution PU means per unit. This is the formula for getting break-even point. Understood how to derive the formula for break-even point? No need to remember any formula in marginal costing. You can just derive the formulas with the help of small example. I think it is clear. For 1 unit, 40 rupees contribution. For getting 1 lakh contribution, how many units to be sold? This is the break-even point. What we are getting is in terms of units. We can get break-even point in terms of rupees also should find out. For that, what should be done? 2 formulas are there for getting break-even point in rupees. Simple formula first I will write down. Anything if I want to get in rupees, what should be done? Break-even point in rupees is nothing but break-even point in units into selling price per unit. In my example, how many units are getting break-even point means the 1 lakh divided by 40 will give you 2500 units. 2500 units into what is the selling price per unit? 100 rupees. This is 100. So 2,50,000 is the amount. You're supposed to get break-even point in terms of rupees. This is one method of calculating break-even point in rupees. One more formula is also there. I will explain that formula also. How to calculate? Right now, for calculating break-even point in units, what I did, I have taken 1 unit 40 rupees contribution. Now I should take in terms of rupees. How to calculate break-even point in terms of rupees? For every 100 rupees sale, 40 rupees is the contribution, right? This is the sales. In every 100 rupees sales, 40 rupees will be the contribution. But how much contribution is supposed to get? 1 lakh. Again question mark here. At the time of calculating break-even point in units, I have taken 1 unit 40 rupees. But what is the value of the 1 unit? 100 rupees. So 1 lakh into 100 by 40. What is 1 lakh? Fixed cost. What is 100? Sales. What is 40? Contribution. So in mathematics, we can take this S to the denominator. So what I can write now? F divided by C by S. Take S to the denominator portion. This is the formula for calculating break-even point in rupees. This is the second formula. How to calculate break-even point in value is nothing but rupees. What I have taken here, instead of taking 1 unit, I have taken what is the 1 unit selling price I have taken here. Because I want to calculate in terms of rupees, so I have taken rupees here. But in the previous example, for calculating break-even point in units, what I have taken? In the place of 100, I have taken 1. For getting 40 rupees contribution, 1 unit should be sold. So here I have taken rupees because I should calculate break-even point in terms of rupees. Now, this is the almost 3 formulas are covered by seeing this example now, right? Now, next one is profit volume ratio. Very, very, very important ratio. This is profit volume ratio. This is also called as P by V ratio. Profit volume ratio. Profit volume P by V ratio. PV ratio. Profit volume ratio. Formula for calculating profit volume ratio is contribution by sales into 100. Contribution by sales. If you want to convert in terms of percentage means just multiply this one into 100. Now your doubt is why I am applying contribution instead of profit. How will you get profit generally? What is the source for getting profit? Contribution. If you remember this formula, contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit. So how will you get profit? C minus F is equal to P. This remains constant. This will not change fixed cost. So if you want to increase the profit, what should be increased? Contribution should be increased. If you increase contribution, profit will be increased. So what is the source for getting profit? Contribution. If you increase the contribution, this remains constant, this will be increased. That is the reason why instead of profit I have taken contribution, because profit depends upon contribution. Contribution is the source for getting profit. That is the reason why I have not taken profit here, I have taken only contribution. If contribution increases, profit will increase. Clear ma? This is how to calculate the profit volume ratio. But in my example, in the formula break-even point in rupees, what I have taken? What is the formula we got? Break-even point in rupees. Break-even point in rupees is equal to, or value is equal to F divided by C by S. This is F divided by, instead of contribution by sales, can I write P by V ratio? P by V ratio. Because, why I am writing like this? Because P by V ratio is what is the formula for calculating P by V ratio? contribution by sales. So in the place of C by S, I am putting P by V ratio. So this is a formula for calculating break-even point in rupees. Some more formulas we are going to discuss in the next section. That is part 3. This is part 2. Already I completed introduction part 1. There I covered all the basic terminology. If you want to have real comfortability with this formula derivation, you should go through the section 1. Then only you will understand this formula derivation. This formula derivation next part will be covered in the next section. Right? So if you are really comfortable with the section, please subscribe and like. Right?